Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Let me check if the mic is working well. Good morning. Let me check. Good morning. Good morning. Okay, good. I wasn't sure. Okay, sorry about it. Good morning. Let me turn on the live streaming on our Instagram. Okay, good. Very good. How are you guys? Good. Very good. Looks good. How are you? Let me know if the YouTube, the sound is okay about these new things for better quality. So I hope that is good enough or better than before. Very good. So once again, this is Eddy from Hanguk. Another live streaming, Thursday morning live streaming. So I'm live streaming, same as before, YouTube over here, and Instagram over here. It's June 3rd, already June, half of the year, middle of the year. June 3rd, 8 a.m. in South Korea, Thursday morning. How about you guys? Good morning. Thanks for joining. Today, as I said, it's more like I want to focus on the study in Seoul this September, which is very soon, very imminent. I would like to explain how it is kind of possible and what you need to prepare and other things you should know before coming to Korea. And if time is okay, then I will explain more about it. In the meantime, if you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment here or ask me. So then I will, answer you back if I can do that. From time to time, I will look at like Instagram or YouTube channel over here. So please do understand me if you think if I stay or somewhere else. Let me go through. There are some other things. I think I missed it. 1 a.m. in Germany. Oh, I hope it's not too late. It's late, but not too late for you from the ECE. And we already have the questions from the YouTube about the Lexis and university. Hope it's better. So I will go that 4 p.m. in USA. That's good. Very good. Not bad at all. So I thought that maybe this 8 a.m. in South Korea time is matched the most of the countries that we support. Sorry about the European countries because some of them are like 2 a.m. 1 a.m. Sorry about it, but I guess 8 a.m. in South Korea is the best time to do live streaming, I believe. And another question from the Instagram. So I will answer it very soon. So once again, I'm gonna talk about study in Seoul, mostly for this time. Study in Seoul this autumn. What you need to know, what you need to prepare, and how it's possible because now it's June and this coming Korea in September is very imminent. So I will explain those parts today. Good, good, very good. Actually, let me answer some of the questions from the YouTube and Instagram, and I can move on to our subject. So first thing in the YouTube, which the first questions from the DARC. Hi, which is better? Study Korean in any university or at Lexis? What are the pros and cons of each one? Thank you. Very good questions. And then it's very different in between the university and Lexis Korea. So first thing first. So Lexis Korea is a private school that we work with. The campuses in Seoul and Busan, which is very good. University. The reason that we work with university in terms of the Korean learning classes, learning program, is because only the university can issue the visa. So there are big gap in between the Lexis and the university. So if you want to study longer term with the visa, then you have to choose the university. If not, you wanna just like chill and come with no visa and study either Seoul or Busan campus, then you should choose Lexis. So there are big gap in between the university and Lexis Korea. And then there are certain like characteristic for the universities because we have also many universities in South Korea, 3 big cities. So there are many things you need to consider in terms of the choose the one of them, like one of the university or the Lexis Korea. So that would be my answer. If we go deeper than that, it's going to be too much time. So I would like to stop here. And then if you if you have another questions, then you can always email us at info@gogohanguk.com, or I will give you our contact phone on the chat. So one more thing about it. So university also have like a short-term study, like a 10 weeks course, which you don't have to have a student visa. However, if you want to stay longer, like I said, like over 90 days, then you should apply for the university course. Other than that, otherwise you cannot stay that longer. Of course, you can do like which called like visa run. Then you can go out and come back, or go out, come back. But in this pandemic, it's not like a option for you to choose. Okay, so that is my answer for the university or Lexis Korea. Thank you. That was good answer. I will stay to know that I have to study in September and October. That's good. That's good. Okay, another question from here in Instagram. For Chianku Phil 92. Hi, Gogo Hanguk. I'm from Uruguay. My question is, Lexis Korea meeting up is possible in this COVID moment, and post-COVID and Lexis Korea plan to meet up in the future? That's a good question, and I will say, as you understand, it's going to be very challenging to do the meetup activity with the Korean and the foreigners. Of course, I'm not sure 100%, but it's going to be very challenging because there are certain rules you should follow from our government. So I think for now, as you said, it's not possible for now. But in the future, of course, post-COVID, then for sure they will resume it. Of course, I need to know, I need to check because what Lexis Korea does is that every month there are activity calendar. So in the activity calendar, there are many like activities, even in this like pandemic situation, like cooking in the schools and making some like a kite, a Korean kite, and of course visiting some places. So there are still many things, but the meetup would be a little bit challenging. But we will look into it and then let us know by email. Like once again, then we can answer it after checking the Lexis Korea's activity. Good. Okay. And let me go through. Oh, there are other questions. Okay. From the Instagram. Very good questions. Good, good. Hello. Oh, my hands are not grateful today. It's not the okay. Another question from the TAIYA, Tilia. I'm planning to going to Korea in this future. What is the best way to learn Korean? Oh, it's very big questions. Big question. First of all, I'm not a teacher, so I cannot answer. I cannot do. I cannot give you like the best like practical way. However, what I understand or what I recommend is to expose yourself, if you can, anytime, every time, to the Korean culture, Korean language. That would be the best way, I think. It could be many ways. So you can study yourself with like books, watching K-drama, or meeting Korean friends in your country, hopefully, or online course that we also offer. And the best way is coming to Korea and study in Korea and meeting Korean people, Korean friends, and then practice what you learn from the school. So that would be my suggestion. Like expose yourself, if you can, anytime, every time to the Korean language. That would be my advice. Of course, each person has different like things, different suggestions. So you just ask them what the best way, or ask somebody who are fluent in Korean. Like among the foreign people, there are many people hopefully fluent in Korean. Then you should ask her or him, and then get advice. That would be my answer. I hope this is good enough. Or you already know. Then, of course, many people know that. However, doing it is very challenging. So do it as you can, as much as you can, and then be persistent. Keep doing it would be my answer for improve your Korean skills. I don't know, it's helpful or not. Another question from the Aminta C7. Is there a payment plan? No. So when you register Korean course, either like a university, either the Lexis Korea, you should pay at once. Especially when it comes to, if you need a visa, then you should apply for at least 2 terms, which is 6 months. Then you should pay for at once, upfront. Let's say, for example, you plan to study 1 year and 1.5 years, or even 2 years, because you can study up to 2 years. So if then you don't have to register year at first. So if you have like certain budget, for, of course, learning and living and accommodation, everything, then what you can do is that you can register the 6 months or 1 year first, and then you can extend it within Korea. So same thing, you can extend your visa as well. So there is no payment plan. However, plan well so that you can study 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, and then you can extend it if your budget is okay and if you're willing to study more. That would be my answer. Another question from the Instagram from the Lepel Panzel. Good morning. I have a question. The school certificate that is required need to be apostilled. If you, I think you are asking for the when you apply for the courses. Power focus automatically. Okay, I think focus. So once again, I have questioned the school certificate that is required need to be apostilled. So first thing, I don't know which school you are applying for. I'm not sure how many terms you are planning to apply, but when it comes to study 6 months, which needed for the visa, then you should get the apostille on your education files. So for the diploma or transcript, you should get it and then give it to us or school. Yeah, that's a requirement. Okay, let me go through. From the F and D, the question, is it possible to working while studying Korean in university? That's yes and no question. Yes and no question, because when it comes to first thing, we are introducing the Korean language program, and then I say please. If what means that studying in the university with like a university undergrad and Korean language course is a little bit different. But anyway, that's yes and no. First thing, what first 6 months with visa. First 6 months with 6 months with the visa, you cannot work. But after the first 6 months, you can work. But there are certain hours per week, and there is another process you need to follow up with the university and immigration. So you can work, but after the first 6 months, and you need to get approved from the university and the immigration from Korea. The process is not difficult as long as you got a job. But getting a job is another problem to solve. So that would be yes, but after the first 6 months. I think the reason is very simple. School give you, or our government give you student visa for studying, not working. That's why the study is the main thing, and then the work would be, extra. That would be my answer. I hope this is good enough. In the future, post-COVID, I plan to visit Korea and apply Lexis Korea. That's good for learn Korean and with Korean friends. That's good. My question is it possible to meet Korean visit location and visit university? That would be up to you. I mean, of course, it's challenging to, I don't know, it's challenging to make a friend. I don't know how to say. But if you are active, if you go out and try to be, I don't know, active, then of course, not just only in the university or the locations, there are, of course, opportunity to meet Korean and make a friend, Korean friend. I mean, with my experiences studying overseas, I studied in Canada for 4.5 years and of course worked there. It's totally up to you, which circumstance you are in. So even, my friends in Canada, Korean friends in Canada, some of them very hard to make a Canadian friends, and me, I normally like, meeting friends like from the work, from the networking. So it's gonna be very up to you. If you are like outgoing, like very active, passionate to make friends and be positive, then you can make a lot of friends. Don't worry about it. But otherwise, they cannot come to you for sure. That's for sure. Less likely they will come to you, but you come to them, and then you can make friends, a lot of friends. That would be my answer. Another good question from the AAAX7X from the Instagram. Hi, do we still have to quarantine in Korea if we have the curse? Yes. Unfortunately, still the 14 days quarantine is here. Even though you got a vaccine, from your country, Pfizer or I don't know, AstraZeneca, you still need to be quarantined, I'm afraid. Last month, early last month, our government say if you get vaccine, but in Korea, if you get the vaccine, then when you go out and when you come back, then you are not going to quarantine for 14 days. But if you get vaccine from outside of Korea, and when you come to the Korea, then still you need to be quarantined, I'm afraid. As I said before, I really, really hope that this apply to those who get vaccine from the outside of Korea, but no good news yet, I'm afraid. So my answer is yes, you have to do the 14 days quarantine. Another question from the Talia. What do we have to do to live in Korea permanently? It's simple. You get a citizenship, or permanent residence is not really permanent. So that would be my answer. Get a citizenship. How? I don't know. You should approach like a legal advisor. Daniela, from the Daniela, how do we get a student visa? What is the process? That's a good question. And I think I don't like get into my topic today, but let me see. Let me go through it, and then a lot of good questions I have to answer. I don't know, my hands are not working today. Okay. Okay, let me get the answer. How do we get a student visa? What the process? So, in order to get the student visa, first thing would be you need to register university. Register university over 2 terms, which is 6 months. And then there are requirements. So actually, this is match for our today's topic. So what you need to submit to universities, each university is different. So there are certain things like an application form, copy of the passport, your passport size picture. At least you should finish high school, and you need to be over 18 years old, which means a copy of original file, original documents of the high school certificate, original documents, transcript from the high school, bank balance over 10,000 US dollar. That 6 things is basic. And based on your nationality, based on the school that you choose, they might be asking for more documents along with the 6 things. There are certain things like, not required for each school. Some of the school, even the 6 things. But this is kind of basic. And then when you send us the document, we check it, double check, and send it to the school. School will give you like invoices, and you should pay for it, apply for the visa, and you can come to Korea. That would be very simple process, simplified process. Another question would be, so when I need to apply for it, or when I need to approach us, first thing, as soon as possible. Second thing, like I said, I'm giving you this live streaming is more likely focusing on studying in Seoul this September. So when you need to contact us as soon as possible, or at the latest, you should ask us 3 months before the term starting. So for example, September, you want to study in September, then you should contact us now, like in June, so that all the process can be done. So another concern would be, so in this pandemic, is it okay to come to Korea, or is it possible to enter the Korea? Mostly yes. Of course, some countries stop issuing student visa because of their own rules. But if not, then you can stay calm. Of course, as I answered, there are 14 days quarantine under the rules to follow up. But still, you can come to Korea with the student visa. That is possible. Good. I hope this answers you, Daniela. Once again, if you, like I said, each school is different. Each nationality, based on your nationality, school might ask for more documents. So contact us so that we can support you better. Yeah. Hello there. Hello. Is accepting applications based on the first come, first served basis? That would be yes and no, because there are still a lot of people applying for the Korean language course, which means the sooner you send the documents, the faster the university check, which means you will have more time to go through like visa process, finding on accommodations, finding like a flight. So the sooner the better. However, there are certain application dates, which is on our homepage as well. So you need to, of course, you can approach us. You can ask us beforehand, but school will accept the application from that day until that day. So let's say, for example, it's common sense. If you give us all the file beforehand, then we will send out your documents on the first day, which means school will check the first. But let's say if you delayed, and if you submit the documents date at last, then school will check your documents at last, which means you will have like less time to prepare. So I wouldn't recommend for that. Is it still possible? However, the sooner, the more time for you to have for the preparation. So answer would be more likely yes. Thank you, no problem. I'm happy to answer if I can. Once again, this is Eddy from Google Hanguk. We are live streaming in June 3rd, Thursday morning, 8 a.m. I'm live streaming in YouTube over here, YouTube, and Instagram. Very good questions today. Very good questions today. So today's topic was how to study in Seoul this September. So when I answered the university visa process, I pretty much like summarized and giving you how to do that. So another things you should know is that we have partner schools in Seoul, Hanguk, Hanyang University, and Lexis Korea. Once again, Lexis Korea is a little bit different, but we have 4 schools in Seoul. So what you need to know, you should check the deadlines, application deadlines for September, and then ask us what you need to prepare in order to get to the that school in Seoul, and what kind of documents you should prepare for the visa or non-visa course. Because each school, not just only schools in Seoul or Busan, each school most likely they have 4 terms in 1 year. So March, June, September, and December. So we are targeting the September. So in order to study in September, like I said, the sooner the better. However, at least you should contact us now, like 3 months ahead. So June. So June, you should approach us at least at the latest, and then targeting the starting September term so that you can prepare the 16th with more time. And also, I've heard many things about this in this pandemic. Many, how can I say, many public offices are like either closed or even the schools are closed, so that they cannot issue the certificate or transcript like before. So the more time, the better in this pandemic, more likely. So you should approach us now and then prepare the 16th plus alpha from the school, depending on the school, and then you can come to the school. And then you should also check the Korean embassies or consulate in your city or in your country, so that see how they are work. For example, if they can accept the visa in paper or just like a PDF, if it is possible, or if there is any holiday, or if there is any rules for stopping issuing the student visa, etc., etc. So there are certain things you should consider and you should check. That's why the sooner the better to ask us. Our service is free, so you don't have to pay for our service. You should pay just like tuition to the school. Good. Another good question from the YouTube relate to the documentation. From the DARC, is it mandatory to have an account with 10,000 USD in a bank account? Yes, you should have it. You have to have it. This is a requirement from our government when it comes to issuing the visa letter. So our government want to see 2 things. If you have like money for the studying, and secondly, they try to prevent you from working, basically. So once again, our student visa is for studying. Our government issued a student visa for studying. So that's why you should study. In order to study, you should have certain money. Otherwise, you might be able to work illegally. So that's something that our government tried to stop it from the beginning. So 10,000 US dollar is mandatory to have it. clear? Okay, let me get another question from the Apple. Hey, MJ. Hello, which page should you enter to send my request? I don't know if I can give let me see. I don't think so. Please email us at info@gogohanguk.com, or you can go to our website, and when you go below, then there are contact forms. That's the first step for you to contact us. We will get back to you. We will try to get back to you within 3 business days. Of course, sometimes if the staff is in holiday or if we have national holiday, then it's going to be a little bit, it will take a little bit longer. But we are trying to answer you within 3 days, within 3 business days. Okay, I think I answered already. Another good question from the Anai SB. Are there available the Korean course for 3 months? Yes, of course. So I need one let me tell you a little bit clearer. So university, when it comes to university, the terms is every 3 months. So 3 months, like 3 months, which is one term. So 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, 12, like 1 year, and more, up to 2 years. But when you study, we simplify as a 3 months, but the class itself is like 10 weeks course. So when it comes to university, 3 months equals 10 weeks. It's weird, but this is how they work. So that is possible. And beauty of the studying 3 months in the university or Lexis Korea, you don't, of course, depending on the country, but you don't really have to have a student visa. You can come either no visa if your country has like visa waiver system with Korea, then you can just come without visa, or you should have like C3 visitor visa. Of course, in this pandemic, many things are like uncertain. Many things are changed. So you need to check. But to answer your question, yes, it is possible. It's possible to study Korean course for 3 months. And then beauty of the Lexis Korea as well, you can study weekly basis. So study from the first 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, or 4 weeks. That is possible. So that is possible. And another good question from the YouTube related to the bank balance. I plan on studying for 4 terms. Do I need to have like 40,000 US dollar, or is it 1,000 US dollar enough? So doesn't matter. So if you study over 6 months with the student visa, then 10,000 US dollar is possible. Doesn't matter if you study like 1 year, like 4 terms, or 2 years, 8 terms. The school requires to ask you to have 10,000 USD. So that is that is enough. No 40,000 US dollar. Good, Daniel. Good question. I know the biggest issue is just waiting on the passport. Oh, you applied for it? That's good. Yeah, passport is also like mandatory. And one thing you need to know is that when it comes to passport, there are expire date on your passport. You should at least have over 6 months. The more the better, but you should have like at least 6 months in order to apply for the Korean course. Korean visa. If not, you should reissue it and then apply for the course and visa. So the sooner check your passport if you plan to register the Korean course. If you have let's say if you have like 8 months, like less than 1 year left on your passport, I would recommend it reissue it with like 5 years, over 5 years, 10 years. That would be smart move when you prepare. Otherwise you should like apply for it's not I'm not saying it's not possible, but it's gonna be troublesome to apply for like passport in Korea, if it is needed. So the sooner the better, I think. Where do I apply to go study in Korea? To us. To us. So check our gogohanguk.com and then check the area, because we have schools in Busan and Seoul and Daegu, and then do some research and then ask us what you need to know, what you need to prepare, and that's it. We can go through. We can help you from there. Good. Very good. Okay, I think I answered all the questions. Very good. 43, 843. One of the today's topic is how to study in Seoul this autumn. So like I said, Korea University, starting from the September, then you should contact us now. The required documents, 16. Let me give you once again. Once again, each school is different, but this is basic required documents. First thing, application form. Second, your copy of the passport, your passport size picture, high school certificate, the transcript over high school. If you finish your university, then you can just submit the university certificate. And the transcript from that school, and 16th, in your balance, more than 10,000 US dollar. So there are 6 things you need to prepare. And then once again, it depending on your nationality, depending on the schools, the school, which means like our government will ask for more, could be asking for more documents. Good. From the DARC, which city do you recommend for university? I don't know. Each city is different, so you need to just Google or check a YouTube, like a city Seoul or Daegu or Busan, see the vibe, and then you can select one of them. The 3 cities that we have, the school that we have, that the three cities is like one of the biggest cities in South Korea. So there are many things you can do among the city, in the cities, and of course the transportation is very good, so that you can just go many places in South Korea. One thing that is a little bit different in terms of the city and schools, when it comes to Busan and Daegu, is a bit cheaper than schools in Seoul. That's one thing, one huge differences. But other than that, I think every city has different colors. So just like search for it and then look for your best fit and then let us know. But one thing I can tell is that you cannot change the schools. Let's say, for example, you are studying now in Seoul, school A. Like you are studying in Gyeonggu now in Seoul. Within Seoul, you cannot transfer in between the language courses. you can go, let's say for example, you are studying like a Korean language course in Hanguk University, and you can go to undergraduate in Hanyang University. That is possible because it's different visa. D4, D2 is different visa. But when you study in Hanguk with the student visa in Korean course, when you study, if you want to move to Hanyang University Korean course, that is not possible. Like 3 years ago, 4 years ago, it was possible, but it stopped. The government stopped moving in between the schools. So that will be my answer for the recommendation about the city. And once again, so you submit all the 6 things to the university in order to get the student visa. And then, of course, you should like find accommodation, which we can also help, and also find a flight ticket, and then look for the quarantine places. Also, we can help. And then doing the PCR test before the flight, and then coming to Korea, 14 days quarantine, 6 days, 14 days quarantine. And then if everything is okay, after the 14 days, you are free to join the courses. The COVID situation in Korea, I would say it's like becomes normal. Not normal. Every day we have 400, 500 new cases, sometimes like 700, 600 or 700. So it's kind of, up and down. But good news is that like the vaccine is like, I think we finished, of course, compared to the other country, it's like first step, I would say. But we, I guess we complete pretty much 10 to 11, 12% of the whole population. The first dose, and then the government speed up, so they will try to finish everything by the November of this year. I really hope that is happening. Another good news, let's say, for example, if you are studying now with a registered card, like with a visa, you have like a registered card, then you are also get the free vaccine in Korea. Once you should have like a registered card, which you should have if you have a student visa. So for example, if you get the student visa, come to Korea, while you are studying, the school will help you to get the registered card, and you have to have it actually. And after 2 or 3 months, you will have it with the registered card. When your time comes, then you can get the free vaccine in Korea. But of course, if you get vaccine already in your country, then you don't have to do that. But still, the 14 days quarantine rule is still there. So you should be quarantined for 14 days. Good. Okay, it's already 8:50 a.m., June 3rd, Thursday morning. I hope this is helpful when you plan to come to Korea. Let me see if I have any questions in YouTube. I don't think so. Good. So once again, thank you so much for joining us. I'm live streaming in YouTube here and the Instagram here. Once again, if you want to study in September, please contact us now so that you can get you can prepare the documents with more time. Otherwise, it's going to be very, very busy. There are certain things you should prepare. And in this pandemic, there are other things you should consider or consider, which also we can help for it. Good, good. Okay, so once again, the studying in Seoul in this pandemic is possible. And we will tell you how and when you need to prepare. So please contact us, info@gogohanguk.com, or go to our website, gogohanguk.com, and then if you go below, there are contact form. Send us your questions. We can answer you back. But within 3 days, and like I said, sometimes if the staff is in vacation or if we have national holidays in Korea, then it's gonna take more than that. So please do understand us, but at least we are trying to give you answer within 3 business days. We are supporting you in English, in Italian, in Spanish, in French. Very new. And for example, if this is all troublesome, and if your parents don't allow you to go out of your country, then we also have like online classes, which we worked with the Hanyang University. So check that out as well. Beauty of the course is that the school will give you the official certificate. So for example, if you finish the Hanyang's online course, and later on, when you come to Hanyang University, then you can skip the level. You can skip the level 1. Of course, there will be like a level test because you might be even like higher than that. So there will be like a level test. But the course is like very well. We try to mimic the offline course onto the online course, and you can study whenever you want. Up to total 6 months. So there are many benefits when you attend our online course. I'm pretty sure that there are a lot of materials on YouTube and good materials. Please do so. But in the meantime, if you are looking for the proper course with the certificate, that the Hanyang's one would be the ones you need to check in. Okay, good. Thanks for joining today. I will meet you on next Thursday, next Thursday, which will be, if everything is okay, 16th of June, Thursday, no, 17th of June, next Thursday, next bi-weekly. The other Thursday, 17th of June, 8 a.m., same time, Korean Standard Time. I hope you are safe, your family is safe, enjoying your life. Thank you. 감사합니다. Thanks for joining. I will get back to my normal work from the 9 a.m. Thank you. Thank you. By the way, how do you like our TikTok account? Have you followed up our TikTok? We are doing the 14 days, language videos, but after that, there are tons of things coming. Not just only language, but also like cultural things, like prices in Korea, snacks, if you, have tried Korean snacks, many good things and interesting things. So I hope you follow our TikTok as well. Good. Very good. Okay, have a good day. 감사합니다. 오늘도 거의 1시간을 했네요. 감사합니다. Bye YouTube, bye Instagram. 방송 종료. Thanks for joining and streaming.